Okay, and sorry about all the noise. I'm parked somewhere in Fort Lauderdale at some truck driving school that had parking and free showers. So here we are. And I can work on the truck. So now we're going to replace the DAVCO filter on my DD15. So everyone, you should probably have an empty jug that had washer fluid in it, or oil even. It's diesel, doesn't matter. So what I do, it's going to be a whole lot of people that are going to tell me I'm wrong for doing this, and that's fine. Your opinion does not matter to me at all, of me or my truck. So this little nipple, you twist it. Oh, come on, twist it. And that's where diesel will start coming out eventually, after all that air gets in there. It's supposed to be a water drain. And once that does, fill that with as much as possible, because you're going to use that fuel to help prime the fuel system back here when we're changing that filter. So I am going to drain this fuel and get back with you once that's done. So like I said, you twist that, diesel fuel starts coming out. You want to fill up your whatever container you're using. Don't want to try and do this on a windy day, or else you're going to have to hold that all the way against that the entire time, which sounds like a really big drag. And when it does that, open it up a little bit more. And there we go. Yep. Crank all that off. That diesel will start coming out more. Bob drop. Try and set you up so you can watch that. Okay, so once that is done draining, you just want to continue to twist this bowl off. Yes, some people's, there are different DAVCOs on different year motors. Mine happens to look like this. The bowl is on top. There will still be a drain valve on the bottom of the body of the pump, or not pump, you know, of that metal thing right there. So careful, both. Right there, there's your part number. There's your fuel. You don't need to refill this because this is a water separator. So all it does is separate the water. It gets trapped in that filter. It's definitely overdue. Look how full that thing is. Traps the water in this filter along with sediment, anything else that might get through the system. And then any diesel fuel that the system can't pull through fast enough because of water saturation will fill up this bowl. This bowl should ideally be empty or almost empty at all times. Let's see if we can do this with one hand. Probably not. Probably gonna make a big ass mess. Yeah. That's probably about what's about to happen, because I'm really good at this. Forgive me. One moment. Oh wow, that's a white saturation like you wouldn't believe. Okay, there's our new filter. Look, it even has little instructions. You want to put the large filter on the bowl. It says small O-ring. Large O-ring on the bowl, small O-ring on the filter itself. They mean how thick the filter is, not necessarily the size. Just remember that. There are the two different size O-rings. O-rings suck, just remember that. They're the worst things ever. So in that channel is where you want to put the smaller of the two O-rings. Where that O-ring is on this filter, geez, that thing was stretched out, is where you want to put the large O-ring. Can't really do this one-handed. So have to come back to me in a second. Now that I have this of the smaller two O-rings on here, you always want to make sure it's not twisted and it's sitting on there evenly. No twists. If it twists, there will allow air, and air means no prime, and that means you're going to shut down the highway. So as you're putting this in, it's going to feel real snug, and it can only sit flush. It'll feel nice and snug all the way around as you're putting that in, and that's when you know it's flush. So then the larger of the two O-rings goes on this bowl lip. Jesus, that was a zoom. Again, petroleum jelly for both. I prefer it. A lot of people are going to tell me I'm an idiot. That's fine. Hence the moniker, Clues Trucker. So there we go. You want to make sure that's not twisted and it's on there seated completely. So you just take this, shove it up here, and you try and do this one-handed so you can show people how to thread things in for some reason. Okay. If I can rest my arms a little bit. And just keep threading it in, keep some upward, a little bit of upward pressure. Make sure it's not cross-threading. And it'll start to go in nice and smooth, just like this. I'm gonna have to use both hands for this one. Make sure that went in nice. So this is the way it was sitting when we were first taking it off. I forgot to show this plug goes there. I forgot to show me removing that, but that is where it goes. I want to make sure that's nice and dry, and you didn't get diesel fuel on it as you were doing all of this. And get in your hole, please. Thank you. Make sure that is up there in place and clipped into place. And I'll throw an engine code, shut you on the highway. It's awesome. Alright, now we have that for doing those fuel filters, and then we have the oil filter back here. And please be sure to clean up your mess as you go. Tidy work area is a happy work area.